Welcome back everyone, I'm Craven and this is Cold Steel 2. We are on the Courageous, still busy with our traveling around the world tour and we're getting towards the ending of it. And the only places we still have left to go, that is Nevercraven and Trista itself, so...
Where do you want to go?
Well, I want to go to the Imperial Villa, but we're not there yet. So let's just get straight into Nevercraven.
Leave it to me!
I will. I'm hoping that by the end of today we'll be finished with both Nevercraven and Trista and busy with whatever we can pick up in Trista in regards to quests, if there are any. Because who knows, maybe we'll get a few quests in Trista that will involve us going all over the place, fighting numerous monsters. I do not know. Oh, there's a major battle in Heimdallr? That man at the reception said so. He said the two armies are going to be clashing with each other at noon. What should we do? Indeed. With things as they are, we might better off staying far away from Heimdallr as possible. Perhaps ending up in Nevercraven was for the best. It sounds like when we'll be able to back to Heimdallr should be the least of our worries now. How long the situation has been like this anyway? Don't tell me they're now just finding out there's actually war going on around Heimdallr. It's all over the news lately, really. Well, the battle for Heimdallr doesn't seem to be the only major event beginning. I heard something is happening in the west too. Then there's the reports that President Croix has been arrested over in Crossbell. My intuition is telling me these next few days are going to be a major turning point for the continent as a whole. Something big is going to happen. When it does, there will be no going back to the way things were. Well, we get the same feeling. It's like something is going to happen during the upcoming battle that will change things forever. Still, if that's the case, the guild can't very well sit idle. I'll try to get in contact with Toval and see what we can do. Stay safe, Class 7, and good luck. Thank you. We shall. And that's the thing. That's the reason why soon we'll pause the game for a month or two, maybe even 3, for us to play through the Crossbell games. Because the events there has been happening over the last few days there as well, and that's what's happening in Zero and Azure. So when we get to a certain point, which will be during a duel with a certain person later on, that is when they start colliding with each other story-wise. So things will be explained or shown that happened in Crossbell that we would be spoiled if we continue. And that's why the reason why at that moment in time we're gonna pause it and start the game over with Crossbell, Zero and Azure, and when we've completed those, we'll continue here. Because the spoilers that we get for this game over in the Crossbell saga, we will already know, or things that will happen at the end of it will blend in more nicely when we get there. But yeah, it's intriguing to say the least, to having like 2 separate games playing during the same time, influencing each other story-wise a little bit. So yeah. It's going to be very intriguing to play through it, seeing the signs, seeing characters from both games interacting, and seeing how much they have influenced each other. And if things we see in Crossbell will confirm or deny some of my theories I have shown on an episode, or I have in my head about what's going to happen later in the game. Well, the battle in Heimdallr begins at noon, does it? I'm feeling very apprehensive about all this. It could determine the direction the war goes from here on out, after all. I just wish we could do something more than pray to the spirits for their aid. I've avoided telling the children about the upcoming battle. They don't need any more worry in their young lives. It's not like they could blame me for keeping secrets. Not after they kept their helping out around town away from me. I just hope that the peace comes soon, so they can play without needing to worry about putting things back together again. Well, the boys just want to help. And that's commendable, isn't it? Oh, this country is no stranger to war. It saw more than its fair share in the Middle Ages. Legend tells us that whenever war broke out, the spirits would grow restless and cover this town in fog. Sure enough, that's exactly what happened with this war. That's all I need to know, that there are many spirits in Lagram. There's nothing strange about that. This country has been around for a long, long time. It is bound to have attracted some. I can agree with you on that, definitely. You're home alone today? Okay. Oh, Miri is worried about all the reports that the fighting has gotten even worse over in the west. I wish there was something I could do to comfort her, but any gesture I could make would almost seem patronizing. It's times like these that I wish I had the strength and character Lady Lara does. Maybe then I could actually do something. I wonder what Maria's going to do. I'm a little worried about her. And she's just one of the countless people affected by all of this too. I want it all to be over. Well, even if war's over in this part of the country, we still have an entire half of a country left where there's still war going on. So you've really been to the big fancy parties in the capital before? Yeah, just cause my dad keeps dragging me along to them though. They're the worst. There's always a stuffy and there's never anyone my age there. If you gave me the choice between going to parties every day or spending the rest of my life in this hick town like this, Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to say that. Oh, it just kind of slipped out of force of habit. Oh, don't worry. I know that you're not trying to be mean or anything. Besides, it's nice to know that you prefer to be here than at some fancy gala. Thanks, I really would. When I first got here, I said some pretty mean things to Chloe without even realizing I was doing it. She forgave me though, so that's a relief. She's really nice. And yeah, she does understand that you can't help it, you've been raised that way. And the fact that you're learning from it and being a better person, I think that's the most important part, isn't it? That's how you grow. Are you sure you're okay sitting out there with me like this? Don't you have work to do at the shop? Well, I would, but Dad told me to take the day off. He didn't even give me any warning. I hate it when he does this. That's adults for you. My parents are busy arguing again, so I decided to slip out. I imagine you do that a lot. Yeah, I wouldn't be too surprised if her dad just gave her the day off because he thought that she could spend time with Chloe, with the girl, of course. Oh, Saint Leanne, please bless Lady Laura and her friends with your protection, her bravery, her honesty, her very existence, and the treasures of Lagram. So please grant her success, and bring her back to us safely. My word, this probably isn't for my ears to hear, but I am touched. I'd be blushing if I heard someone praying for me like that. Laura is our priceless treasure, so please, Saint Leanne, keep her safe. Worry not, Prana, we'll be sure to come back to you safely. And that's why I gave her a Sumerian ore weapon, cause that will increase the chance tenfold that you come back safely. Woof woof to you too. You think he's wishing us good luck? Well, I guess we appreciate the sentiment. Definitely. I really think it's about time I got back to work though. I've left the goats on their own for too long now as it is. But there's supposed to be a battle in Heimdallr today. Please, just wait one more day so we can see how that goes. I know you're worried about your goats, but they'll be fine. It is you I'm worried about. I know, but still. My wife's been desperately trying to stop me from getting back to work, but I really can't be away from the goats much longer. If you ask me, it is pretty unlikely the fighting will spread all the way out here. Heimdallr's pretty far away after all. I'd like at least 3 or 4 days with them to get things back in order. Oh, he's always like this, putting his work before anything else. I try to talk some sense into him, but it's a losing battle. I guess he'll probably be alright if it's just for a few days, but I'm still going to constantly worry about his safety. I'm doomed to spend the rest of this war in a constant state of worry, aren't I? He's always like this, putting his work before anything else. I try to talk some sense into him, but it's a losing battle. I guess I can't help that he will probably be alright, even if it's just for a few days. Yeah, well, it's only that he wants to provide for his family and be the man of the house, I'm sure. Ah, I heard you're running off to Heimdallr to end the war. Is that true? Just the thought got me all fired up. If I were 10 years younger, I'd go with you and show everyone the true power of the RC school. Sadly, as decrepit as I am now, I'd only get in your way. It is so frustrating to acknowledge. I can look forward to hearing all about your heroic exploits at the very least. Noon draws ever closer, but all I can offer are my best wishes. And my best goods. But if you would promise me something, please give this your all and return to us safely. I look forward to hearing all of your tales of daring do when you come back. Ooh. That's a new one. Oh yeah, and in case you're wondering, I haven't bought all the equipment from Bereheart yet. Haven't got around to do that yet. I will probably do it between this episode and the next one, because I don't think we're going to the villa just yet. And that will really increase our chance at least a little bit defensive wise. And I was so surprised about the defensive points it increased. Crazy. Oh, this battle in Heimdallr could end the war, for better or for worse. Just the thought makes me nervous. Everyone here knows that the Alliance is in the wrong, so I'm just hoping they don't emerge victorious. No matter what happens, do be careful of your travels. I cannot stress that enough. I really do wish Dad would be mindful of his age sometimes. If I don't calm him down, his blood pressure is going to go through the roof. But don't worry, I'll take care of him. You just worry about looking after yourselves. Will definitely do. Alright, let's do the inn first. People are saying there's going to be a big battle over in Heimdallr today. The fighting in the west is supposed to be worse than ever too. I should probably start considering the possibility that we might not even be able to go back home. Maybe taking Weber up on his kind offer and starting a new life here was our best choice after all. I shouldn't rush into a big decision. I need to think long and hard about what to do in the long term. It's not like I can put off thinking about it forever, right? True. And I think you could have a really nice life here. Rumor of the Calvarian invasion are making the rounds again. No matter what the future brings, though, all we can do is try to help one another in whatever way we can. On that note, I've told Maria that I'd be happy to offer her pay for working here at the inn. Hopefully, employing her will help start a new life here, assuming that's really what you want to do. Maya's a really hard worker, so I'd be more than happy if she kept working here. Even if she ends up going back to her old home eventually, saving up some money while she's here could be helpful. True, it makes her feel a bit more independent, I bet. And that's also very important. Ah, the fish are oddly restless today. Could it be due to the impending battle in Heimdallr? Would they know? That can't be a good sign. Take care of yourself if you're not staying in today. Nope, we're not staying in, that's for sure. Anyone upstairs? Nope. Good. Alright, it means we have 3 more little buildings to go. And then we can finish off our rounds by going over Trista. Oh, we're hearing that they're going to see a lot of refugees arriving in Nevercraven today. Which is why we'll be doing everything in our power to help them, won't we, Father? Yeah, sure. Just don't burn yourself out with all that work, okay? Our duties are to spread the teaching of the goddess and ease the fears of everyone around us. They will put our ability to both to the test, and I intend to prove that I'm up for the task. Sounds like today is gonna be a busy one, huh? The church is going to do whatever it can to help out whatever, obviously. Yeah, I should probably schedule a mass or something too. Don't want Thermes getting on my case for being lazy again. Well, not during a day like this. Because the war over Heimdallr is way too important, so easing the people's mind, I think that's the best use of your time you can have. This is just a little something I made to thank you for saving my dad. Oh, and thanks again for saving his life the way you did. I just couldn't bear the thought of you not knowing just how much we both appreciate your actions. Well, your kindness is appreciated. Though I would prefer it if you and your father didn't blow what I did out of proportion. I'm a student of the sword. Keeping others safe is simply what I believe to be right. Anyone else would have done the same. But frankly speaking, my journey to become a master swordsman has only just begun. So if you truly wish to thank me, I'd be very grateful if you could watch over me and support me in my training. Oh, watch over you and support you? Well, if that's what you want, I'd be more than happy to. I mean, I could do that. You have my thanks, although I'm afraid I don't know what's got you all flustered. Well, I think she might have seen that as a confession of some sort. Cindy's been friendly to me since the event with her father, but that's left me feeling a little uncomfortable. I still have so much to learn, so I prefer it if people weren't making my skills out to be greater than they really are. One day though, I'll become a true warrior who can really be proud of his own capabilities. But until that time, I'd like to ask that everyone watch over me and try to guide me down that path. You saw all that? Oh, please don't misunderstand my behavior. I have no intention of betraying my feelings for Lady Laura. Was there to be misunderstood? There's no need to hide anything on my behalf. Do I sense some trouble brewing in Laura's fan club? I am simply here to thank him, nothing more. Please don't misunderstand me. And please don't run a word of this to Sierra or Chloe. I'm begging you. Yeah, her having feelings for a guy and not Lady Laura? Yeah, that's gonna ruffle a few feathers, isn't it? Even though it's a good thing. Morning practice proved especially fruitful today. For one thing, we were finally able to defeat the acting master in battle. It may have been a 4-on-1 match, but the deed stands. Still, there are many more hours in the day and we need to prepare for whatever else it may bring us. This morning's been remarkably calm. Perhaps too calm? Today's events are sure to mark a crossroad in this war. No matter which path it takes, we have to be ready. Totally agree with that. No matter what happens, things are going to change. It's recently dawned on me that the person's strength is really determined by how many people they are able to protect. At least that's the way I see it. If you think of it that way, Master Arcee's strength is unmatched. He protects tons of people. But I'm sure if we put our minds and swords to it, we can protect even more. I'm sure somewhere out there Master Arcee is fighting to protect others even as we speak. We might not be able to fight by his side, but we can train back here and fight the good fight in our own way. Well, it's almost time for the big showdown. Meanwhile, we received no word from Master Arcee about what he's up to. We do understand why, of course. He must be very busy fighting somewhere out there. Well, we've got our own battles to fight here, and fight them we shall. It is fairly likely that this battle will lead to a new batch of refugees today, which means we're in for a busy day too. Really? All the way from Heimdallr there will be refugees here? I would not have expected that. There are the boys. Ah, good morning everyone. Allow me to extend my congratulations for recovering Thor's military academy. The war situation may be at its chaotic thus far, but it does finally seem to be moving towards a conclusion. The end may finally be in sight, so please do not give up. We won't. Thank you for your encouragement. If you don't mind, leave everything here in Nevercraven to us. In return, I ask only that you follow your beliefs to the very end.
Ah, we came to get some work from Mr. Klaus, but he said he doesn't have any today. Oh well, but hey, with all us together like this, we can't just do nothing. Okay, let's go play then. Yay, I want to be the Eisenritter. Trains are coming here again, so it sounds like there's nothing to worry about. Maybe we should play pretend with our swords. That sounds fun. Oh, almost forgot. I gotta say sir at the end of everything. Sir! If there's nothing for us to help out with today, that means we can play.
But the fact that they are still asking first before deciding to play that they can help out is really nice. Where has Brana gotten herself to? It's not like her to go out and leave the mansion like this. I was all ready to tell her my predictions for the battle for Heimdallr and how it will take 3 months. Such a shame. But never mind that. Good luck. Every one of us here will be cheering you on. As long as you don't give up, I'm sure you'll emerge victorious. Everyone here in Nevercraven is cheering you on, so good luck. As long as you don't give up, I'm sure you'll emerge victorious, so go out there and give it your all. Yes, we will. And seeing as that is everything in Nevercraven, I think it's time for us to move on to our next target.
Where do you want to go?
To imagine that we already gone everywhere on the map. We still have 2 locations with monsters we need to beat, but that's for another time. For now, we're gonna go back to Trista, and I'm very curious to see if there are gonna be quests here or not, or if it's just gonna be a nice little round of talk about.
Leave it to me!
Okay, there we are. Nice little patches of snow everywhere. Norton? Oh, it's good to see you. Well, I headed this way the moment I heard a whisper of a rumor that Trista had been liberated. Man, I could wish I would seen that. But I did manage to get some photographs of the 4th Armored Division passing by earlier. That's better than nothing. When the big battle does roll around, I'll be on the front lines, trying to get some good pictures. So, this might be the last time I ever get to wish you good luck. Hopefully, Eidos is happy with all of us today. Yeah, right back at ya. This will be my first time reporting from the front lines like this. I don't mind telling you, I am pretty nervous about it. Still, I feel like I'm the only one who can go out there and capture the unbiased truth right now, so the risk is worth it. But before I go, maybe I should visit an old colleague of mine. He's supposed to be right here right now, and I can imagine his journalistic spirit is flaring up with everything going on. I wonder who it is. It cannot be Rex, right? Flowers endure the cold winters in order to bloom even more beautiful in spring. The longer it takes, the more beautiful the flowers eventually become when they finally bloom too. So, you have to come back to us safe. I wouldn't want you to miss them. Oh, Trista, I want you back soon. Well, then I think I have nothing else that I can do but comply. Do you need anything from us? We won't be open for much longer, but if I can help you, please let me know. I can't provide you with much support, but I'm happy to do what little I can. Only a few more hours. Please make sure you're ready for whatever you have to face today. And of course the red jumper and red boots. Ooh, with the extra evade. Yeah, I think I could one. Did I give the red jumper to Fee? Because it is the train of thought I had in my head that with the extra strength and evade, it would have been perfect for her.
Oh, Dad? It's still outside, isn't it?
Oh no, what are we gonna do if things get damaged by the battle?
Dad, the battle won't start for a while, and it's in Heimdallr. We've got tons of time to bring everything in.
Academy just told us we need to really be on guard for the battle happening in Heimdallr. We're even gonna flee Trista if things start getting too hairy. So don't you worry about us, we can take care of ourselves. You just go and do whatever it is you gotta do. Again, just a simple check.
Every time anything happens remotely close to us, he starts freaking out like this. But I can't really blame him after seeing all those tanks go by. It's got me a little scared too.
Yeah, but you're handling it a lot better than your father is, and he's the adult of the two. Have a small check. Doesn't look like anyone's inside. We'll be back here soon, for sure. Alright, I just want to check if Sharon wasn't incidentally coming back to clean the apartments. Our family is going to take shelter in the church. The battle will be pretty far from town, but we'll still be able to hear it raging. So I'd rather have my family in the safest, most reassuring place possible. You kids should be careful too. I know you're helping with the military, but you're still just students. But when you all come back safe and sound, you can tell us all about it. And you know we will.
We've taken shelter at the church before, so it should all be okay. I'm still kinda scared though. I heard some people say this is gonna be an even bigger battle than usual. Okay, you're all changed now. You haven't gotten anything, have you? Should make sure that you're all fully prepared too. Promise? We'd be very upset if anything were to happen to our dearest neighbors. Mom and Dad seem kinda nervous about what's gonna happen, but it means I've gotta be brave enough for the three of us.
Yeah, great attitude. Instead of saying, oh, my parents are nervous and scared, maybe I should be too. You say, nope. They are fearful, I have to be brave for them. Great kid. What? You want something? Well, unless you want to get shot inside, you better get out. I'm about to close for the day. The Alliance ain't fooling around today. It's gonna get real messy, real fast. And that's what I'm afraid of. Yeah, something big went down in the Western Front last night from the sound of things. Things are happening alright. Gonna want to watch your backs. Yeah, and I gotta keep remembering that the other half of the continent is the Western Erebonia, not the Eastern. I keep mixing those two up for some reason, I have no idea why. Still no curios, good.
I'm helping Dad close the shop, so if there's something you want to buy, hurry up and do it, okay? I hope Tysel's gonna be okay. She can be pretty clumsy sometimes, so I'm kinda worried about her. Guess I better go check on her in a bit, huh?
Yeah, I think that's the best thing you can do, okay?
Well, I'll be working hard over here, so you guys need to work even harder, deal? And say hi to Rosine for me.
The merchants of Trista have agreed that we all need to close up shop before the battle begins. So that's what we're gonna do. Don't you worry about us though, we'll be just fine. You saved everyone here in Trista, so go out and do the same for the people of the capital. I've got a lot of friends over in the capital, so I'm a little worried about how all of this is going to pan out. So I'll be praying for your success and hoping for the best. Yeah, because if we succeed, it's a greater chance that the people will be fine too. Body handbook. Yeah, who doesn't need a body handbook just laying around everywhere?
Oh, I'm planning on evacuating to the church personally. I'm sure I'll be safer there no matter what happens in Heimdallr. But I hope the goddess watches over both of us. I hope we'll be able to talk to each other again soon.
As do I. There's still some time before noon, but I think it's time I start evacuating. Better safe than sorry, I always say. With what's at stake today, you really can't be all too cautious. That goes for you too, so please, try not to do anything too rash.
I'm planning on evacuating to the church personally, but I'm sure I'll be safe there no matter what happens in Heimdallr.
Ah, what a fortunate town longs to feel the gentle caress of my presence and hear my words of love next, I wonder? A traveling performer does not choose his destinations. They call out to him like a voice of a siren. And if I open my ears, I think I hear a city of 800,000 people calling my name. But whether I make it, it's up to you. Like birds seeking a new tree to build a nest upon, I'm always listening for the call of the next place to build my own. But whether or not I can do so is in the hands of you gentle souls. Well, I didn't expect you still be in Trista, Professor.
Think of it as a period of reflection on my first large-scale project in some time. Nothing more than that, just that. Zemir and Ore proved to be a real challenge to work with, but I found the experience valuable all the same.
Thank you so much. That is true. Your blade never would have been completed without you.
Once this is all over, I'll be sure to come visit and thank you properly for all this. And I'd like to thank you for all you've done for my grandfather. I don't want your thanks. And on the topic of that doddering old fool, I'd like you to give him a message for me. Tell him to stop pretending to be some kind of hermit or whatever he says he is, and do his damn job for once.
Roger.
I don't care about how you use the finished product, even what happens to this nation because of it. All I want from you is data on its usage. Good data.
Well, modesty and empathy does not this man's strong suit.
I'll be going back to the Institute before long. I can't pretend to care about the battles you're running off to fight, but I do try and collect some useful data for me. It should be a great boon to my future research.
I still wonder what Gwyn and Jackass are up to. Cause Jackass dropped a little bit of a tidbit of information that seemed like he was doing Gwyn a favor. I wonder what. More tanks than I've ever seen in my life just passed by us. That was my first time seeing the famous 4th Armored Division up close, and honestly, it sent a chill down my spine. Especially when you think that they're going to be doing battle against another army that's just as big. I really think it would be a good idea to close up shop early today, which will be kinda tough if I've still got customers manning around, but hopefully I can get them out of here in time. Well, let's be honest, I'm pretty sure they will be more than willing to listen to what's happening. No one upstairs? The 4th Armored Division forces are deploying beyond this point. It is only a matter of time before the battle begins. As for myself, I will be providing support and ensuring that the townsfolk stay away from the highway. I wish you the best of luck with your part of the operation. Together, we can win this war, I'm sure of it. The 4th Armored Divisions are deploying beyond this point. Yeah, we'll try to be safe. It's you guys. Yeah, you have the best timing. You're here to do an interview with us, right? Tell me, kids, how do you feel about the battle today? Wait, can we do this live? Let's ease down a little, Michael. It's great to see you again, but I don't think any of us here for an interview. Right, sorry, I got kinda carried away there. Thing is, we're planning on broadcasting today's battle live, so I'm just a tad bit tense right now. Especially since I just sent out the guy who will be doing the broadcasting. Ah, so I've heard. Are you sure you're going to be okay doing all this? This is shaping up to be the war's most dangerous battle to date. I just hope the crew out there won't be hurt. You think I don't know that? They'll be fine. I've told them to get out of there if anything starts getting ugly. But we want our listeners to know what the battle's happening and just what it means to the nation. On the Alliance's broadcast restrictions, we were forced to distort the truth night after night. But that's got a lot of people thinking the Alliance is in the right. That's our fault. We've got to fix all that. This is our chance to use our power for good. To try and make people realize the truth that we've been covering up. Who knows? Today's broadcast might even be able to turn the tide of this war. So we gotta do this. If nothing else, then to atone for lying to our listeners all this time. Well, we really put a lot of thought into this, Michael. Well, your kids can't be the only ones going out there and risking their neck, right? We gotta put in some work too. I'm gonna make this broadcast a success, even if it kills me. So you damn well better do the same with this operation of yours. You bet we will. I'm guessing the guy who I sent out are almost in Heimdallr by now. This whole thing has still got me nervous, but this should be our chance to really change this war. So damn it, I'm gonna make this a success. You better go out there and put your role into what you've gotta do too. A better way to motivate ourselves, I couldn't think of. The director's planning to broadcast the big battle live from Heimdallr, completely unedited. Does he have the army's permission to do this? Of course he doesn't. I've warned him that we could lose our broadcasting license for this, but he doesn't care. Oh well, it's the gamble of a century, so we might as well take it. This will be the radio station's biggest gamble ever, but there's no turning back now. Now that we resigned myself to the fate, time to give the audience the greatest broadcast they've ever heard. Oh well, doesn't have to be the greatest, it just has to be the truth. I think that was the whole gist of it, wasn't it?
Oh, I could probably fish here.
I started copying Kenny to see if I can catch fish too. I only caught little ones so far, but it's really fun. I have to show him what I've caught when he comes back.
Oh, I could probably fish here.
I'm sure he'll be back soon. I just know he will. Then I'll show him all the fishies I've caught. Yeah,
This spot looks perfect for fishing.
I think he will be extremely proud of you.
Huh? Has Annie gone out again? What's gotten into her lately? I'll have to go and drag her inside before the battle begins at least. Dad, have you seen Annie anywhere?
She was near the front door earlier.
I knew it. What's she doing out there?
She is just fishing. Which is not a bad skill to have, to be honest. It sounds as though this battle will be the most dangerous one to date. So it makes sense to prepare for the worst. That goes for you too. If you think you need one of something, take two. You've still got bright futures ahead of you, so don't even think about throwing your lives away over a lack of preparation. Emil? Oh, you've told Annie to get ready?
Not yet, just give me a minute.
And I'm sure she's ready, she's just fishing, that's it. Alright. Our local evacuation center.
I come to the church whenever there's a battle nearby. It's just safer that way. It helps that Mick always let us know in advance when one's brewing up too. I really don't know where he gets all that information from, but I can imagine where we'd be without him. Oh, Adios, please protect the people of Trista. And please give your blessing to the children of Thor as they go out and face the greatest danger that awaits them.
Whenever a battle starts brewing, I make sure to come here and pray. I feel so much calmer than I would at home, just by the virtue of feeling that much closer to the goddess.
We'll always be here whenever the people of this town need our aid, no matter what happens. So let's all pray to the goddess that she might heal the sadness of this world.
The battle in Heimdallr is scheduled to begin soon, is it not? I hope he doesn't wind up in the middle of it. Is something wrong, Father? Oh, hello. I hate to put anything more onto your young shoulders, but you may be able to help. Would you lend me your aid? I don't mean to pressure you, of course. I imagine your mind's already occupied with more pressing matters. Ask for more information? Sure, we're free until noon for obvious reasons. What do you need? Thank you so much. My request concerns a fellow clergyman, a traveling priest who visited us this morning, actually. Priests travel?
Some of them. They sent to places without churches to fulfill various religious duties there.
That's right. Ever since this war began, the Church had been dispatching even more of them across Erebonia. It is our duty to support people in need, and traveling priests can do that in areas those like myself cannot. This priest, however, only made the briefest of stops here, saying he wanted to learn more about the state of the country. He left already? That's rather worrisome. There's no telling what the fallout of the battle in Heimdallr could lead to. The fact that he was an elderly gentleman only serves to combine my concerns too. If you could, would you mind checking to see whether or not he arrives safely at his destination? Well, I think we can do that. It'll be nearly impossible to do in time if we had to use trains, but they should be doable with the courageous. Agreed. So let's see what we can get any updates on the old man's safety. So, now that's settled, where exactly did he go, Father? Well, he said he was bound for the church in Celtic. He sounded very upset about what had happened there, so I could only imagine he wanted to see the damage for himself. Understood. Okay, again, next up, Celtic. Thank you for doing this for me. I very much appreciate it. Absentee Father. Right, so we are gonna travel around the world on a hidden quest. Nice. Like I said, I don't mind extra hidden quests because it just means we have an extra opportunity to score AP points. And that is never a bad thing. I hear you have quite the ordeal ahead of you today. All I can do is wish you luck, but know that I'll be waiting here for your return. Please come back safe, everyone. I leave the upper class students in your care for now. Please come back safe, everyone. No worries. We'll do our best to keep them safe. That's all we can do. Alright, still locked apparently. Alright, you know what? I don't think we can do the rest of the academy in the time we have. And of course, after we're done with the academy, we still have to fulfill the quest we just picked up and talk to everyone on the courageous. We are getting there. We are mostly done. There are just still a little few tidbits we need to take care of. And of course, in between episodes, I will make sure I maxed out my overdrive and all the bursts ready, so we can also take down one of the monsters we still have open for optional quest, and maybe we'll even start the episodes with that. Just a little bit of excitement at the beginning of the episodes. But for until then, I wish you all a great night, morning, day, wherever you are, and if you're still here, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and be back next time. Like I said, as we try to finish up talking to the world. See you then. Bye bye.